Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're delving into one of the most gripping mysteries to rock General Hospital. The walls of this iconic medical institution hold secrets that threaten to unravel not just careers but lives. The recent deaths of Sam McCall and Dex Heller have left a trail of unanswered questions, drawing us into a web of intrigue, betrayal, and danger. Who is behind these sinister events? Is justice even possible in a place where deception thrives? Let's unravel the story together. Cyrus Reno, the puppet master behind the curtain. Our journey begins with the enigmatic and ruthless Cyrus Reno, a man whose very name inspires fear. Known for his ability to manipulate events from the shadows, Cyrus is no stranger to chaos. In this case, however, his actions seem even more calculated and chilling than usual. The deaths of Sam McCall and Dex Heller have his fingerprints all over them, but his motivations remain shrouded in mystery. Let's consider Sam McCall first. Recovering from transplant surgery, Sam was on the mend, her life slowly returning to normal until it was abruptly cut short by an overdose of digitalis. This wasn't a mistake, it was murder, meticulously planned and executed. Cyrus didn't just end Sam's life, he made a statement. By tampering with her bag, he showed the world that no one, not even someone in the care of skilled professionals, is safe from his reach. Then there's Dex Heller. A promising young man who survived a stabbing only to meet an eerily similar fate as Sam. His recovery seemed assured until he, too, succumbed to a heart attack caused by an overdose of digitalis. The parallels between their deaths are too precise to ignore, creating a pattern that screams of Cyrus's handiwork. But why? Is he targeting the hospital itself, or are Sam and Dex merely pawns in a much larger game? What's truly terrifying about Cyrus is his ability to blend into the background, evading suspicion while sowing chaos. He's a master of manipulation, orchestrating events with such subtlety that even those closest to the crime can't see the full picture until it's too late. His actions are a chilling reminder of the power of unchecked ambition and malice. Elizabeth Weber, the reluctant hero under fire. As the head nurse at General Hospital, Elizabeth Weber is no stranger to high-pressure situations. But nothing could prepare her for the storm she now faces. The deaths of Sam and Dex have placed her squarely under the microscope, with investigators scrutinizing her every move. To outsiders, it might seem plausible to question her role. After all, digitalis wasn't on either patient's medication list. Could it have been an error on her part, or even something more sinister? For those who truly know Elizabeth, however, these accusations are as far from reality as they are from fairness. Elizabeth has spent years dedicating her life to the well-being of her patients. She is meticulous, compassionate, and fiercely protective of her staff. The idea that she could have been negligent, let alone complicit in these deaths, is unthinkable. But the weight of suspicion is crushing. As the head nurse, every failure, every tragedy, ultimately lands on her shoulders. And in this case, the stakes couldn't be higher. Elizabeth isn't just fighting for her career, she's fighting for the truth. She knows deep in her heart that someone else is responsible, and she won't rest until the real culprit is unmasked. Lucky Spencer, a detective's personal mission. Enter Lucky Spencer, a detective with a knack for uncovering the truth. His connection to Elizabeth and General Hospital gives him a unique perspective and a powerful motivation to solve this case. For Lucky, this isn't just about justice, it's personal. He knows Elizabeth better than anyone, and he refuses to let her take the fall for something she didn't do. Lucky's investigation takes him down a winding road, filled with dead ends and false leads. But one name keeps surfacing, Cyrus Reno. Lucky is no stranger to Cyrus's methods, having crossed paths with him before. The more he digs, the more he becomes convinced that Cyrus is the puppet master behind these tragic events. Yet, Cyrus is a slippery foe. His ability to cover his tracks makes it nearly impossible to pin him down. Lucky must rely on his instincts, piecing together clues that others might overlook. It's a race against time, as every moment of inaction gives Cyrus the opportunity to strike again. A hospital in chaos, the ripple effect of fear. The deaths of Sam and Dex have sent shockwaves through General Hospital, shaking the institution to its core. Fear permeates every corner, from the bustling ER to the quietest patient rooms. Nurses and doctors, once confident in their abilities, now question every decision. Patients, too, are on edge, wondering if they can truly trust the people charged with their care. This atmosphere of mistrust threatens to unravel the very fabric of the hospital. And for Elizabeth, it's a nightmare come to life. General Hospital isn't just her workplace, it's her second home. The idea that someone could use it as a staging ground for murder is both heartbreaking and infuriating. But it also strengthens her resolve. She won't let fear take root, not on her watch. Cyrus's motives, the questions we must ask. Why did Cyrus target Sam and Dex? Was it a calculated move to destabilize General Hospital, or were these murders part of a more personal vendetta? And what role does Elizabeth play in his plans? Is she simply an easy scapegoat, or does Cyrus have a deeper, more sinister reason for implicating her? These questions demand answers, but they also open the door to even more speculation. Could there be other victims, other plans in motion? And what will it take to stop Cyrus before he strikes again? The path forward. Courage in the face of evil. Elizabeth and Lucky know that time is not on their side. Every moment they spend unraveling this mystery is a moment Cyrus could use to plan his next move. But they also know that they can't afford to rush. This isn't just about catching a killer, it's about restoring faith in a place that so many people rely on for healing. Their journey will be fraught with challenges, but one thing is certain, they won't stop until the truth comes to light. Cyrus may be a master of deception, but even he can't outrun justice forever. Next, we're diving into a juicy storyline from General Hospital, but with a twist. We're going to flip the original plot on its head and walk through this tale in reverse order. Along the way, we'll sprinkle in extra details, add creative flair, and analyze every key moment. Ready to jump into all the drama surrounding Emma Drake, Gio Palmieri, and the Curtermain clan? Buckle up! Joe's hidden parentage and a shocking realization. Let's start at the end of this convoluted saga. There's a strong chance that Gio, after developing intense feelings for Emma Drake, will uncover startling truths about his own background. Rumor has it that he's the secret son of Brooklyn Curtermain Chase and Dante Falconeri, a detail that could very well upend Joe's entire world. It's not hard to imagine the emotional whiplash that'll follow, especially given that Gio believed he was just another guy trying to find his place in Port Charles. But the real question is, who's going to break the news to him? If he unearths it himself, maybe by stumbling across old adoption paperwork or overhearing a conversation, he could be blindsided, sparking anger and mistrust. He'll undoubtedly feel betrayed by certain figures in the Curtermain mansion who orchestrated his adoption, especially if they deliberately kept him in the dark. That bombshell might send him running for the hills, leaving Emma as the only person he can fully trust. A surprising bond, Brooklyn and Joe's interaction. Right before the big reveal, we see a hint of something deeper between Brooklyn and Gio, though neither of them can quite put a finger on it. During a recent chat, Brooklyn gently encouraged Gio to open his heart more, praising him for his caring nature and warm personality. While it looked like a casual pep talk on the surface, fans with a sharp eye noticed strong motherly vibes emanating from BLQ. Could Brooklyn be experiencing a subconscious sense of familiarity, the kind that sometimes happens when a parent and child cross paths in unexpected circumstances? The dialogue the two shared was brimming with subtle emotional cues. It was almost like a puzzle piece snapping into place, but only for the audience looking in from the outside. The real kicker? Brooklyn might not even realize how tightly she's connected to Gio, which makes for a heart-wrenching dynamic down the road. Sparks and conflict, Emma Drake and Joe's budding relationship. Before that telling mother-son moment, the focus was on the potential for Emma and Gio to take their friendship to the next level. Word around Port Charles is that they're destined for some classic soap opera friction before the butterflies truly take flight. Perhaps their initial run-ins involve misunderstandings or clashing personalities, both of which could morph into mutual respect and, eventually, real love. Observers note that these two have enough chemistry to heat up an entire storyline. Emma's flair for adventuring, she is, after all, the daughter of Robin Scorpio Drake and Patrick Drake, may pair perfectly with Joe's more reserved but kind-hearted demeanor. The question is, how will they handle the avalanche of drama that's set to descend once everyone's secrets come spilling out? If they can stick together through betrayals, hidden identities, and meddling family members, they'll be a formidable pair. Pulling strings behind the scenes. Lois Cerullo knows more than she lets on. Journeying backward yet again, we arrive at the Curtermain mansion, where Lois Cerullo's presence looms large. She appears to be fully aware of Joe's hidden background and might have been the puppet master behind his adoption. Why would Lois go to such lengths? Maybe she believed that giving Gio a fresh start was the best option at the time. Alternatively, she might have had other, more self-serving motivations. What's undeniable is Lois's knack for orchestrating family matters when it suits her. With her finger on the pulse of all the secrets swirling through the mansion, Lois is the one who can either blow the lid off this storyline or keep everyone guessing a bit longer. Fans can't help but wonder, will her controlling nature sabotage Joe's long-term happiness, or could her scheming actually protect him from bigger threats we haven't even seen yet? The hints and innuendos, Joe's roots tied to Dante and BLQ? Step back a bit more, and we see how fans began putting the puzzle pieces together regarding Joe's identity. Blame it on stray remarks, cryptic dialogue, or possibly even a slip of the tongue from a secondary character. One way or another, people started suspecting that Joe's lineage was more complicated than it appeared. The biggest clue? Dante Falconeri's name kept emerging alongside Brooke Lynn Curtermain Chase in connection with a teenage pregnancy that was shrouded in secrecy. Is it possible that BLQ never informed Dante she was expecting, hoping to spare him from a life-altering responsibility when they were both too young? If so, she might now face repercussions for making a monumental decision that robbed Dante of the chance to raise his own son. With so many swirling questions, viewers and characters alike can't help but wonder how Dante will react if and when he learns the truth. Love triangle, almost, averted, Trina's initial connection with Gio. Now we rewind to the moment that first introduced the idea of Joe's potential love life in Port Charles. Initially, he was slated to embark on a romance with Trina Robinson. Maybe they had a few flirtatious exchanges or shared a passing moment of vulnerability. However, all signs started pointing to the fact that Emma Drake would be a far better match for him in the grand scheme of things. Could this be because Trina's heart is already somewhat entangled with someone else, or because her dynamic with Gio just never heated up the way people expected? Either way, sparks flew in a different direction, and it wasn't long before fans noticed Emma and Joe's undeniable synergy. If Joe's heartbreak leads him to Emma, it might also spare Trina unnecessary turmoil, especially if bigger challenges loom for her in another storyline. Braden Bruner's debut as Emma and a chance meeting with Gio. Going further back, we find the moment when actress Braden Bruner stepped into Emma Drake's shoes. This recast caused quite a stir among viewers, many of whom have nostalgic memories of Emma's earlier appearances. The excitement reached a fever pitch when Emma, fresh off the plane, bumped into Gio in a scene that no one initially thought would be significant. Yet that brief moment laid the foundation for everything that followed. Soon after, Emma reunited with her family at Maxie Jones's house, but not before exchanging some friendly banter with Gio. There was a sense of serendipity in how the show presented them, like two converging roads in a complex map of relationships. Fans who paid close attention might have caught the sense that GH writers were foreshadowing something far more impactful than a casual meet-and-greet. A familiar face returns, Emma Drake's homecoming to Port Charles. And finally, we reach the starting point of this reverse tale. The big news that shook Port Charles, Emma Drake was back, and she wasn't alone in making waves. It was Monday, December 23rd, when viewers saw that Emma, now portrayed by Braden Bruner, had returned, much to the delight of longtime fans. Little did anyone know at the time just how pivotal her reappearance would be, setting the stage for a multi-layered arc involving hidden parentage, blossoming romance, and plenty of family entanglements in the Quatermain universe. With Emma's unexpected entrance, the show opened a whole new chapter, not just for the Drake family but also for characters like Gio, Brooklyn, Dante, Lois, and Trina. And as the story progressed, each piece of the puzzle hinted at bigger twists to come. Closing thoughts, a tangle of secrets and potential romance. As we piece together this saga in reverse, it's clear that Port Charles is in for another emotional storm. Joe's mysterious parentage could send shockwaves across multiple families, while Emma's return offers a fresh opportunity for love and friendship in a place that rarely sees a quiet moment. Brooklyn and Dante have unresolved matters that could change the very fabric of their lives once Gio learns the truth. And through it all, Lois Cerullo might hold the key to explaining how this labyrinth of secrets came to be. So, that's where we leave it, at least for now. With romance brewing between Emma and Gio, and a tangled web of hidden identities threatening to unravel, General Hospital fans have plenty to look forward to. Will Gio manage to cope with finding out he's a Quatermain falconary? Could Emma become his confidant and anchor in the chaos?